Good morning. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We are doing this, and we're doing it this time. So here's my abacus. My abacus is a counting tool. This counting tool just counts my numbers. That's all it is. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. That's 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, so what are we going to do? We are going to work on this book. This book is available in my shop. Hello, good morning. Good morning, Camellia. How are you doing? Do you know how to read the abacus? Let me get it ready. 3, 4. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to read the abacus. We are going to look at this maze. This is the maze, and what we're doing is we're going to, thank you so much for the likes. Thank you so much for the likes. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this number. Oh, let's see if we can do that. There we go. We're going to take this number, and we're going to put it here. So our number is 575. And so what I need to do is I'm going to color in my abacus. So we have 500. 500 here goes here. 70, 50, 60, 70 goes there. And then 5. That's what 5. 575. That's what that looks like. Ooh. And then we go to our next number, which is over here. 864. 864, we're going to put it over here. We have 864. So we do 800, 500, 600, 700, 800, 60, 50, 60, and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you notice that I'm coloring in the abacus, we're going to count 50, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we do it again, 5, 6, and we do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the lower beads has a value of 1. All the top beads has a value of 5. Whenever the beads are touching the horizontal bar, this reckoning bar, it's going to be counted. So when we're looking, right? Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning. What we're doing is we're learning how to read the abacus. And so, let's see. I need to do that. Okay, good. So our next number is 60. 60 is going to go into here. Oh, so can't do that. Okay. 60 is going to go into here. We're going to do 60, 50, 60. So 5, 6, and then this is 0. Notice that there's a 0 here. None of the beads are touching this horizontal bar. None of the beads are touching the reckoning bar. So now that is considered 0. So I do 60, 5, 6. That's 60. How do I know? Because this is my tens, this is my ones, this is my hundreds. Takes me to this box over here. I'm going to take this number, and I am going to show you on the abacus what 893 looks like. 893. So we have 800, 500, 600, 700, 800, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 1, 2, 3. That's what that looks like. 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1, 2, 3. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Kenny Rogers, are you still even alive? God, how old are you? All right, so we're going to do 571. We do 571. I don't even think anybody knows who you are. I don't even think you know who you are. So that's the other thing, right? Kenny Rogers, if you actually did some mental abacus, if you actually did some mental brain gymnastics, you'd be better off. 5, 6, 7. Oh, 5, 6, 7. How's Dolly Parton? Kenny Rogers is a doctor? I don't think Kenny Rogers is a doctor. I think Kenny Rogers is a gambler. And he knows when to hold them, and he knows when to fold them. And I don't think you're folding right now. I don't know if you know who you are. I'm just, oh, do you even know who Kenny Rogers is? That's like, you're just not, okay. You're fake. You're a fake Kenny Rogers. Can you sing? You're too quick on, I don't even think Kenny Rogers can sing anymore. I think he got some sort of lung cancer. Oh, you're so mean, Kenny. Why are you doing that? Okay, sorry. 600, 500, 600, and then we have 80, 50, 60, 70, 80. That's what 80 looks like. And then this is 5. So we have 5, 5, 6, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 5. I don't think you know who Kenny Rogers is. He's definitely Las Vegas High Street. Please, really? he's able to walk. I don't think you can walk anymore, Kenny Rogers. I think you're like, I'm not sure if you knew that being on wheelchair is not really walking. So I don't know if you can walk all the way to, anyways. So what are we doing? We're doing 685. Now we're going to do 895. So 895 looks like this. If we have 8, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we do 90. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then we do 5. So we have 500, 600, 700, 800, and then we have 90. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then we have 5. So when we're looking, we have 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we have 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we have 5. That's what 895 looks like. And now we're going to go over here. Oh, interesting. So we have 98. To do 98, we do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So we have 90 and we have 8. So we have 90 and 8. There you go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there you go. So next we're going to do 426. 400, we're going to take that number and we're going to go over here. Good morning, Karela. Good morning. How's it going? So we're going to do 426. We're just doing some review right now, and then we're going to go into adding and subtracting. So we have 400, 100, 200, 300, 400, and then we have 20, 1, 2, and then 6, 5, 6. So we're looking at 400, 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, 2 and a 0, and then 6, 5, 6. And that's it. So that is 426. Next we do 776, 700, 5, 6, 7, and then 5, 6, and then 5, 6, 7. So we have 767. Well, in our abacus, we have 767. There we go. And then we have, what's our next number? So what we did, we took this number, we put it into there. We're going to take this number and put it into here. So we have 587. We have 500, right? 80, 50, 60, 70, 80, and then 7. 5, 6, 7. And that's it. 587. And then our last number, thank you, our last number is 400, right? 400 looks like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what 400 looks like. And then we do 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we have 5. 5 will always be the top beat no matter what. Because there's 5 at the top beat, it doesn't matter, right? So it doesn't matter if this is 5, that's 5, these are all 5s. We all know that, right? So we have 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 5, 6, right? So now we're going to count. We're going to do a review. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. 10 looks like that. How do I know? Well, when we start putting our place values like this, we have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. That's how my place value looks like. So when we're looking, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. That's how we're doing. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Notice that the top beat will always be 5. So we have 50. 50, how do I know? Because our 10s, right? And then our 0. 5 and 0. And that's it. Okay. How are we doing? I was going to say all those are 999. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're not there yet. Hi, Krayla. Now we're going to do up to you. We're going to do that. So I got to get the book. So yeah, there was one time I was like not listening and not paying attention, and I colored it all in. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not right. All right, so we're going to do some, it is going to be your turn now. I just got to find the pieces of paper that's ready. Let's see. Oh, I think it's time to work on 4 digits, but I gotta print it out. Okay, let's see. How are we doing? Let's see. Okay. Okay, we're gonna just do this one. Yep. Hello, F. Good morning, F. Good morning. Good. I'm so happy. Okay, we're gonna do this. Let's see how you guys do. We're going to take our number, right? And we're going to do this. And what number do you think that is? So I have my abacus. We have our number. This is our number. Hundreds, tens, and ones. What number do you think that is? Please put it in the chat. What number do you think this is? Welcome everybody, welcome. My name is Lynette. If you're interested, I do have Abacus available. I also have workbooks for Abacus available as well. Thank you, Carla. Yes, it is 613. We have 6, 5, 6, 1, right? This is 1 and then 3. 1, 2, 3. Well done, well done. So we take 613 and we take it up to here. Okay, and then we have this number. What number do we think that is? Oh, how do we, yep, okay, there we go. We have this number, and then this number. Welcome everybody, welcome. My name is Lynette. What we're doing is we're learning how to read the abacus. Once we learn how to read the abacus, you can actually do adding, subtracting, multiplication, and division on the abacus. Thank you, Krayla. It is almost, Taryn. So when we're looking, anytime the beads are touching the bar, right? This is the reckoning bar. This is what's being counted. So we have 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, right? This is 7 because it's touching here. None of the beads are touching here, so this would be 0. And then this would be 3. 1, 2, 3. We have to pay attention to the beads and the positioning of the beads. So we have 5, 6, 7, 0, and then 1, 2, 3. Does that make sense, Tyron? Yeah? I love Saturn. Ha, ha, ha. So we have 107. And then, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, great, great. So you too, Kingsley, can be smart. So we're going to look at our number. We have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. What number do you think that is, right? So if we look, these are our bottom numbers. They're a value of 1. What number do you think that is? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Good morning. Thank you, Maya. Thank you, Maya. Yes, it is 200. Ooh, almost 77. That's what it is. 88 looks like this. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Thank you, Tyron. Thank you, Carla. Yep. Well done, well done, well done. Does that make sense, Maya? So what we're going to do is we're going to come down to here, and then we have this number. Okay, what do we have? And then we have this number and that number. We have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. What number do you think that is? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good job, F. Yes, 320. 300, 1, 2, 3, 20. Thank you, Kryla. This is 20. 1, 2. Well done, everybody. Well done. 320 takes me to here. And we have this number. We have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. We have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. Well, hello, Monk. Thank you for the follow. We have our hundreds, tens, and ones. Almost, D, almost. When we need to look, we have to pay attention to the top beads. See how the top bead is touching the reckoning bar? So now these are being counted, but this one is not counted. So thank you, Travis. It is 300, 1, 2, 3, 80, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well done, everybody. Well done. Yes, 388. So it takes me to this box over here. So we have 900, I'm sorry, hundreds, tens, and ones. What number do we think that is? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. My name is Lynette. What we're doing is we are looking at the abacus, and whew, what are we doing? Oh, yes. Thank you, Kryla. Yes. So it's 993. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Well done, Kryla. Well done. So we have this number. What number do you think that is? Thank you for the likes, everybody. Thank you for the likes. Okay, so what do we have? That's the number. What number is that? Oh, I wonder if I could do a... What number do you think that is? Yes! Thank you, Kryla. It is a 0. Funny, right? Super funny. So it is 0. So that's why none of the beads are being colored. So 0 takes me to here. What number do you think that is? So we have our hundreds, we have our tens, and we have our ones. What number do you think that is? Thank you, D. Thank you, D. 30, not 32, because we have this one up here, right? We got to think about see that there's the top beat over here. Thank you, user 417. Thank you. 582. 500, right? Because there's a top beat here. 80, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 2. 1, 2. Well done. Well done. So we have 582. That's what it looks like, right? And then we have this number over here. We have our hundreds and our tens. What number do we think that is? What numbers do we think that is? 120. Thank you. Yes, it is right. 120. 1, 2, 0. So this is a 0, and we're going to look this as our ones place. So when I put my place value, I have my ones, my tens, my hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s. Welcome. Good job, everybody. Good job. 120 takes me up to here, and then we have this one. We have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. What number do we think that is? Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Creddies. Yes. 114. Well done. Well done. So we have 114, and it takes me over here. And then we have this number. What number do we think that is? This one's easy. What number do you think that is? Good job, Creddies, right? Ooh, almost D. We have 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 looks like this. 1, 0, 0. What we want to look at is 3. 1, 2, 3. So this is 300. We have 100, 1, 0, 0. 200, 2, 0, 0. And then 300, 3, 0, 0. Does that make sense, D? And our final answer is, what is our final answer? We have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. What number do we think that is? Hi, Tammy. Good morning. Well done, Creddies. Yes. So it's 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 1, and then 6, 5, 6. Well done, Monk. Thank you so much. So that's it. So what's next? We're going to start adding and subtracting. Well done, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. I haven't stopped thinking about the abacus since you told me a few nights ago. Hey, Mai. Hey, Mai. Welcome. Yes. Right? Good. Yes. It's really quite amazing on like how simple the abacus is. But that's fantastic. Has your son picked it up? Did it make sense to him? Okay, so what are we doing? Now what we're going to do is we're going to understand a few things about the abacus. Now when we look at the abacus, you don't want to be aggressive, right? I haven't gotten one yet. Oh, you can make it. I keep thinking about it too. You can make it. Do you have beads? Yeah, you can make it. I mean, if you want to do something to pull you over. So get like a pipe cleaner, right? And get some beads. All you got to do is get a few beads. Get 5 beads. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then all you got to do is put it in, string it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it, right? Then have another one, like a ribbon, to make it your get a ribbon. Let me see if I can find a ribbon. Put something. You know what I mean? Like find something like, oh, I know. Here. Yeah. So then you get your horizontal bar. This is your horizontal bar. That's it. Yeah. Right? So then when you're counting, I have such those beads. Can you choose any rows? Yeah, I would, for your son, I would make it into, how old is he again? I'm sorry. How old is your kid? I haven't gotten one yet. I keep thinking about it too. I do have beads. Such a good idea. You can choose any row to start. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you can make your own double activity in there. 5. I would start with 1 then. Just don't do too many, and then you can start counting, right? So this is 9, right? Because it's touching the horizontal bar. So then we have this. We have 5, right? And then we have 6, 7, 8, 9. The other thing I'd do is I'd have it like in a frame if you want, but it's up to you. And then you could start him off understanding how like the beads work. And then when you're ready, you can get an abacus. Or if you have another abacus, like a 10 bead, you can just modify it. Yeah. 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 I'd use this as a pullover, as a, what do you call it? I don't know what my words are. I use this as a, I can't say it, like a pullover, not a pullover, but one of those things like just to keep up, because I have a student that just started and they didn't have their abacus yet, so I got them to create a beads, and what we did is we just did some number recognition. So then I just got them to like do the motion of adding and adding, how to count the numbers. And so when they started to move the beads, they're starting to understand how to use it. He is 7, and so it was interesting for him to be able to just move the beads and show me. So just have him show you what the numbers are, and just do that. Yep, cool. Thank you. As a backup, or as a layover, as a something, to connect to until he gets the abacus. Something like an extended piece. Extend the piece in the row. Yes, no, I would put it in a frame of some sort, like, I don't know, like you could put it in a, let's see, no, yeah, I used to put it in a, what do you call it, like a popsicle sticks, and then I'd have it as a frame. Or you can just keep it loose like this. It's up to you, because you're not looking for speed. You're looking for understanding. So this would be a good. I can't. It could be. That's what it is. I can't for the life of me number. Thank you. To hold you over, something like that. To hold you over. Yeah. Thank you. Something like to hold you over until you get the real abacus. Because the idea is to understand the concept of just the numbers and being different. So when we're looking, so we know that this is 9. Yeah. To hold us over. I guess I was trying to look for some sort of big word, but it's lost me. But yeah. Hello, temporary. Thank you, Tammy. Yes, temporary. So that's what I would do. And it worked out really well for my student until he gets his abacus. And then, because he can move it around, because he can move it, it doesn't fall. Whereas on the abacus, if he moves it, it would fall. So it's kind of helpful, you know what I mean? But yeah, probably a big word, but there's probably a big word, but I don't know. I don't know what the big word is. But yeah, you could try that. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah? Cool. But yeah, that's what I did for my student. They just started about a week ago, and I don't know if they got their abacus yet, so we'll see. If not, we could still do adding and subtracting for the 1 digit, and then after that, they can go into something higher. So, yeah. All right. So how are you doing? Okay, so it seems like it's all the people, regular people. Let me know if you are new. If you are, then we're going to continue on with adding and subtracting. If you're not new, let me know, and then we will go into, I had a brain blast. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So we gotta do that. Yeah. I think we're all pretty old here. We all know how to count. How are we doing? Do we want to do some adding? Senior. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Tammy. Okay, so who is new? Please type in 1 for new. If not, then we're going to go into higher adding and subtracting. I only have about a half an hour. So let me know how you guys are feeling. Oh, number 1. Okay. Hello, Bryce. What we're going to do is we're going to do a review. Thank you so much, Bryce, for letting me know. We're going to do a review. When we look, we're going to look at our place values. Every column is a place value. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, thank you. You're ready? Okay, good. Okay, good. Yes, Monk. Good, good. So we're going to continue on. If I want to do 10, this is what 10 looks like. 1 and a 0. We have 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15. After 15, we can do 16, 17, 18, 19, and then 20. So then after, what we're going to do is, now what we're going to understand is we're not going to be aggressive with our abacus, right? Because if you're aggressive with the abacus, you're going to get your wrong answer. So keep your abacus with your left hand, hold it, and stabilize it. Because if you bump the table, your answers will become wrong, and then you've all messed up. So if you notice that the numbers are being very visual, and notice how easy the beads move. So when we're looking, good morning, everybody, good morning. When we're looking, you want to keep it stabilized. You don't want to keep moving it around. You use your left hand to calculate. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Use your right hand to calculate. Use your left hand to hold it. Even if you're left-handed, use your left hand to hold the abacus, right? And then you could still write, right? Okay, so that's one thing. And then you might notice, right, I actually have 2 dots, right? These are the 2 dots. There's 1 dot here and there's 1 dot here. Do you see those dots? Those dots are my labels. It can label to be either one of them.
I choose you!
If I choose this one over here, live, yes, Serenity, what's live? We are live. So if I choose this one over here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So notice that this is my ones place. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. So then we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. After that, right, this is 10, this is ones, but notice I have no room for hundreds. Because I have no room for hundreds, I'm going to switch it. However, if you notice, I have my decimal place. My decimal sits between my ones and my tens, so my tenths, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, and 100,000s. So I can have a really small number. But if I choose this one over here, this dot over here,
Okay, Charizard, I choose you!
I'll move everything over, and now I have room for hundreds. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. Does that make sense, Bryce and Monk? So what we're doing is we're understanding how to read the abacus. Once we understand, and it's very visual. So when we're looking, we can say 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, and 9, 9. And then when you do 8, this is what 8 looks like. Thank you so much for liking the live. So then we have 8, 8, 8, 8, right? And then this would be 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. So it's very visual, and that's all it does. That's all it does, is it's looking at the visual, how to make. So what we're going to do now is we're going to understand how to move the beads. This is my book. I have a lot of abacus books that are available, and they're all very abacus focused. But it's math. What we're doing is math. Just so you know, we are doing math, and what we're doing is we're understanding how to use it. So it's like it's a math manipulative. This is my book. I talk about it in preschool. I'm looking at it as preschoolers, so like any kids that are 3, 4, and 5, they're learning their numbers. Then this would be the book that they would go into, because they just need to understand what the numbers look like and what they. Yes. So yes, exactly, Bryce. The 5 bead will always be the top. The top bead is always 5. So in this lesson here, we talk about from 5 to 9, and we just talk about 5 to 9. So anytime you add the 5, then you add the 1, and now you have 6. So we have 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. 5 plus 3 is 8. 5 plus 4 is 9. So, are we multiplying? I'm not sure if we have time to multiply because I actually have to get ready for class. I'm only going to be on for a little bit. So let's see how fast we can go through adding and subtracting. So this is like counting forwards, and then we're going to be counting backwards. And then after counting backwards, we just talk about what the number is in between. So I gave you the number 1, and I gave you the number 3, and you have to figure out what the number in the 0 is. So this is for the kids that are young that don't know the relationship of the numbers, right? And then we have the numbers where we talk about what comes before and what comes after. So if I give you the number 7, I need to know what the number is before and what the number is 7. And then after that, we can start going into what's bigger than and what's smaller than, and that's it. So now what we're going to do is understand what we're going to understand is mainstream math always focuses on the result, but in Abacus world, what we do is we focus on the second number. Because we focus on the second number, we'll know what to do with it. This is what dictates whether or not we're going to use a formula or not. What is a formula? Well, a formula is when you don't have enough beads. But for right now, we're going to understand that we have enough beads. So if I have this number 7 on my abacus, 7 on my abacus, and I need to add the 1, right? Can I add the 1? Can I do it?
Yes, we can.
Yes, I can add the 1. So I'm going to add the 1, so my final answer is 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. All I'm doing is, thank you, Krayla. So what we're doing is we're just adding this one bead. That's all we're doing. What we're looking at is the second digit. Right? So yeah, second number. We're only looking at the second number. We're adding it just like that. Yes, we can. And then we do it again for 2, right? We do 6. We have 6. We want to add 2. We have to add these 2 beads. So we can do it, right? Can we do it?
Come on, do it. Do it.
Yes, we can. We can add the 2. 1, 2. So my final answer is 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. What we're doing is we're learning how to move the beads. Learning how to move the beads is just moving, what do we have that's available, right? So we have 5 and then 3. You could, in mainstream math, right, put in your dots. You could do that. Or you could do the tally marks, which is fine. But I would rather do it the Abacus way. The reason why is because it's the greatest thing next to sliced bread. But then the other thing is it's also very scalable. So let's say we want to do 50 plus 30. So we do 50 plus 30. You could do 50 dots and 30 dots, or you could do it on the abacus, 50 plus 30. You could do it with tally marks, 50 tally marks plus 30 tally marks, or you could do on the abacus. So we can also take it one step higher. We could do 500 plus 300 is 800, 800. That's going to be a lot of tally marks, and that's a lot of dots. I'm just saying. Okay, so what's next? What we're going to do is how to add the 4. When we add the 4, all it is just moving all of the beads up. So we have 4 and take away 4. That's it. Add the 4, take away the 4. And that's it. All right. So then what we're going to do is after that, we have taking it away. Oh, when you notice we add, we go to the horizontal bar. When we subtract, we go away from the horizontal bar. So the kids will be able to see, everybody will be able to see that when you subtract, we go away. When we add, we go to. That's all we're doing. We take it away, we add. We take it away, we add. That's it. So when we're looking, right, it looks exactly the same for the 2 or the 3. Let's do 3. So if I have 4 in my abacus, I want to take away 3. I'm going to take away 3. 1, 2, 3, and I just move it away like that. That's it. Thank you, Sierra, for the follow. So what we're doing is we're understanding that we're going to take it away. And it's not a difficult concept. It's not a different strategy either. You just move it away from the horizontal bar, the reckoning bar. This is the reckoning bar that tracks it. So if I have 9, I want to take away 4. That's all I'm doing. Take away 4. And that's it. All right. How are we doing? So we're going to continue on with adding in the 5. Adding the 5 is exactly the same. So what does that mean? I have 2. I have 2. I'm going to add the 5. Adding the 5 goes to the horizontal bar, and then we take away. Add 2, take it away. That's it. So we have 6, and then minus the 6. Add the 6, minus the 6. That's it. And then we do it again for the 7. So we have 1 on the abacus, and then add the 7. 5, 6, 7. And then we take it away the 7. Add the 7, take away the 7. Okay, so now what's the next thing? The next thing is what happens when there's not enough. So we've done the simple addition and subtraction. Simple means that there's no need for formula. And this book specifically has like activities like color by number and what else? And match the answer. Okay, so that is this book. This book is also available in my TikTok shop. Where is it? There we are. This book is also available at TikTok shop. It is also available here. My name is Lynette. Welcome. I've been teaching Abacus for about 20 years. So after this, we're going to talk about What happens when there's not enough? So this is the book. What happens when there's not enough? What do you mean when there's not enough? When there's not enough beads to make your number. Now what we're doing is we're not going to memorize. We don't need to memorize. We just need to understand the concept. So to understand the concept is understanding what we're trying to do. So the questions are going to be very simple. The reason why it's simple is so that you don't get bogged down by the amount of numbers there are. Right? So in mainstream math, we don't need to look at the whole number. We just need to look at parts of it. Or I'm sorry, in Abacus world, we just need to look at parts of it. Mainstream math, I don't know. They don't show you how to sectionize it. Section the numbers. So let's talk about it. So we have 4 on the abacus. Can we do 4 on the abacus? When I have 4 on the abacus, right? And I want to add another 4, right? So here, I have 4 on my abacus. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I need to add the 4. We're not going to memorize. We're not going to memorize 4 plus 4. What we're going to do is we're going to understand how to use the beads. We're going to use the 5. We're going to use the 4. To add the 4, what are we going to do? To add the 4, I can use my nickel. I can use 5 cents. Because I can use 5 cents, that's too much. I need to take away 1. So I take away 1. So my final answer is 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. I can do it again on my abacus. Add the 5, take away the 1. And my final answer is 8. 5, 6, 7, 8.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
So when we're looking, now we can actually do it again. Now we can practice the same concept. Because if you memorize your 4 plus 4, you can only do it one time. Then you got to do your modifications. You got to do like 4 plus 4 minus 1. But we don't need to do that in the abacus. We just need to understand our second number. When we look, I have 3 on the abacus. 1, 2, 3. I want to add 4. To add the 4, what are we going to do? I don't have enough. Because I don't have enough, all I got to do is just utilize my 5. I utilize the 5 bead, or the 5 cents. But that's too much. I have to take away the 1. So I'm going to take away the 1. My answer is 7. 5, 6, 7. I can show you again on my abacus. Add the 5, take away the 1. And my answer is 7. Welcome everybody, welcome. Does that make sense?
More than meets the eye.
It is more than meets the eye. It's quite powerful when you just see, you're able to see the numbers. Because now I know that I need to use a formula. If I have 2 on my abacus, right? I have 4. When I have 4, what am I going to do? I don't have enough beads to add the 4, right? I only have 1, 2. I need 4. So I'm going to use my 5. Because I use the 5, that's too much. I need to take away 1. So my final answer is 6. 5, 6. I can show you on my abacus. I add the 5 and take away the 1. And my final answer is 6. How's that going? We're all right? Does that make sense? Oh, we're doing this one right here. Okay. Yeah? Thank you so much for liking the lives. Thank you so much, everybody, for liking the lives. So we could do it again with this one, right? Which is 1, right? Oh, good. Oh, good. So we have, and this is kind of like the simple one, right? We have the 1, but we don't have enough beads. I'm going to add the 4. But because I have the 5, that's too much. I need to take away 1. So my final answer is 5. I do it again on my abacus. Add the 5, take away the 1. That's it. So what did we just do? Well, there's a concept that we're teaching the kids how to make a 5. We know 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. We know 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. We can even try this one with a 3. 3 and a 2. We have to remember 3 and 2 are a pair. 2 and 3, 3 and 2, that's a pair. 1 and 4, 4 and 1 is a pair. So what does that mean? Well, when we go to the next number, which is the adding of the 3, we can do the same thing. Let's say we have 4 on the abacus. I want to add the 3. I have 4 on my abacus, right? I want to add the 3, but I don't have enough. I need to give you 5. That's too much. I need to take away the 2. So my final answer is 7. 5, 6, 7. It's the concept's the same, but now we understand the difference, right? So the difference is understanding that the pair is here, 2 and 3. And so I can show you again on my abacus. Add the 5, take away the 2. And so my final answer is 7. Can we do 4th grade math? I love chocolate because I'm going to 5th grade. We can do 4th grade math, but you need to understand how to use the abacus. So do you know how to use the abacus? I love chocolate. Okay, sorry about that. So this one, no, do I have to buy? Ha ha ha, Kryla. My order should be arriving today. Oh, good, Stephanie. Oh, good. I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for you. It's really quite exciting. I hope it works out for you. I know. I'm just. It's just I'm getting nervous because having my worksheets and workbooks out there. I'm hoping it makes sense to you. But yeah, thank you so much, Stephanie. So I love chocolate. Do you understand how to read the abacus before you start buying everything? I want to make sure you understand what you're trying to do, because the question is like, what we're doing is we're understanding how to use the abacus, and when we learn how to read it, then you can go to the next step. So you won't be doing 5th grade math until a little bit later. The reason why is because you need to know some formulas. So that's what we're doing right now, is we're understanding formulas. This is the formula we're trying to understand. So we have 3 on the abacus, 1, 2, 3, 3 on the abacus. When we add the 3, we want to add another 3. Because we want to add another 3, I don't have any more beads. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to use this 5. To use the 5, that's too much. So what I'm going to do is I got to take away the 2. So my final answer is 6. 5, 6. I can do it again with my abacus. I can add the 5 and I can take away the 2. So my final answer is 6. Monk, are you still around? And Bryce. I don't know if Monk and Bryce are still around. And then we could do it again with the 2, right? The 3. So we add the 2. Oh, good, you're still here. Does this make sense to you? So we have the 3. We want to add the 3. Guess what? Right? We have this. There's not enough. I'm going to add the 5. To add the 5, I got to take away the 2. So and then my final answer is 5. I could show you again on my abacus. If I add 3, I'm going to add the 5, take away the 2. And my final answer is 5. Yep, that's it. And so it works exactly the same with the others. And now you understand the concept. So what we're going to do is we're going to understand, right? This is the concept of trading. We're doing something like substitution. So when we're looking to explain it a little bit more for adults, right? What we're understanding is we have this concept. We know that the number bonds is 4 and 1 is a pair. So then what we did is we isolated the variable. This is the 4. This is the isolated variable. We equal to 5 minus 1. And then we substitute the 4 with the 5. Because we substituted the 4 with the 5, then that tells me the directions. So I have 4, I'm going to substitute 5 minus 1. So we're doing equal. Right, Tammy? It was an equal. And then, yes, I'm 38. I've never had this instructor. I'm studying to be a teacher, and I love your TikTok. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Kenny Rogers, you're still here? Do you not have anything else to do? Or are you finding this interesting? So, Monk, just so you know, you do it. So this would be the same thing. There's a 3, right? And then there is the plus the 5 minus the 2. And we can do it again. So this is the whole concept, right? The whole concept is to isolate the variable. 2 is equal to 5 minus 3, right? So, Kenny Rogers. All right. So 4 we did is add the 4, and then we want to minus and we want to add another 4. To do 4 times 4, right, is just faster math. 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. So when we're looking at it and we need to add it all, we're going to do 4 plus 4, right? This is 8. What did we do? We did plus the 5 minus the 1. Oh, plus the 5 minus the 1. So then we're going to do it again. We need to add the 8 here. Add the 4 here. To add the 4, what are we going to do? We don't have enough to add the 4. We need to plus the 10 minus the 6. Plus the 10 minus the 6. And then can we add the 4 here? Yes, we add the 4 here. Because we add the 4 here, we're just going to do plus the 5 minus the 1. Plus the 5 minus the 1 is equal to 16. And then we're done. My batteries died too. Krayla. So what are we doing? This right here is how to make a 10. When we learn how to make a 10, then you know how to do everything. Making a 10 is the next phase, right? Making it the 10 is the next phase. That's what I did. I briefly went through it. So what we're doing is in multiplication, we just go through, what do you call it? Cumulative addition. Cumulative addition. And that's what it is. So understanding how to add, right? We're not memorizing. We're just understanding and making stuff. So then this would be plus the 5 minus 1. So okay, so it's very interesting, but it's very interesting on how you can make it more visual, and you can visualize it. I feel like I know nothing more. I feel like I know nothing anymore. I'm relearning with my. I hated math. Oh, yeah, right. It's like math. Yes, thank you, Monk. It's like math rearrangements. Math rearrangements. That's a really good word. Yes, math rearrangements, because you have everything under the sun. You know what it is, but yes, you're exactly right. It's math rearrangements, arrangements. So we're going to do this. Okay, so we talked about adding of the 5, right? You can, obviously you know how to add. You know how to add. You will know how to subtract. Because you know how to subtract, you'll start seeing. You're going to start seeing the number pattern. I feel like so cheated. You guys are so funny. So if you look at this, right, we have 8. When we have 8, we want to subtract the 4. To subtract the 4, you'll notice I'm going to minus the 5 plus the 1. This is the number pattern. Minus the 5 plus the 1. Add the 5 plus the 1. Minus the 1. Minus the 5 plus the 1. This is the number pattern to add the 4. So my final answer is 4. We're not memorizing. We're not memorizing what 4 plus 4 is. What we're doing is we're understanding how to utilize how to make the 4, and we're substituting, right? So we can do it again with 16, right? We could do it again with 16. 1, 6. We take away the 4. When we take away the 4, we minus the 5 plus the 1. And my final answer is 12. Notice what happens. Your answer, when you move the beads, your answer will show, right? What we're doing is we're uncovering. And as we uncover, we know what our answer is. We can do it again with the 15. Add the 1, add the 5. And we minus the 4. Minus the 4 is what? Minus the 5 plus the 1. Look. And now it gets uncovered. The answer becomes uncovered. And then we have 7. We can do it again. We have 7, and we want to minus the 4. Minus the 4 is minus the 5 plus the 1. My final answer is 3. Does that make sense?
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
We can do it again with the 3. The 3 has the same concept. We do 7 on the abacus. 7 on the abacus. I want to take away the 3. To take away the 3, what do? Minus the 5 plus the 2. So it's the opposite. We know how to add, we just know how to subtract. So we know how to add, we would know how to subtract. So I minus the 5 plus the 2. And my answer is 4. Right?
Now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Right? That's it. That's it. Great. So we could do it again with the 16. So if I have 16 on the abacus, I want to minus the 3. To take away the 3, all I got to do is follow the instructions. Minus the 5 plus the 2. And my answer is 13. Right? And then it works exactly the same with the 2. The 2 is the same. If I have 6 on the abacus, I'm going to minus the 2. Minus the 2 is what? Minus the 5 plus the 3. Minus the 5 plus the 3. And my final answer is 4. Okay, so we're going through, right? This makes sense? And then we're going to do it again with the 10s. We can do it again with the 10s. So for those of you who are interested, thank you for joining. Please keep your mind open.
Now, open your mind to me, please. Open your mind.
I have Abacus books available on my shop. I also have Abacus available over here, and I do sell the Abacus. And so what we're doing is we're going to go into understanding how to make a 10. Making a 10 is a very common concept in math, and we're going to utilize it. We're going to do it again. That was a creepy one. It came from a movie. Do you know what movie? I think you're too young to know what movie that came from. Kenny Rogers might know what movie that came from because Kenny Rogers was around for that. But if Kenny Rogers doesn't know, oh, do it again? Okay, yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. So we're going to spin. Let's do 15, right? So 15, 1, 5, right? We don't have enough beads to add the 5. So what are we going to do? We're going to minus the 5 and then plus the 2. 1, 2. That's it. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, I guess the Matrix, but I'm probably wrong. No, not the Matrix. It's actually Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger. The Matrix one is this one.
Welcome to the real world.
That's the Matrix one. Yeah, minus the 5. Yes, Serenity. So when we're looking, right, we do 15. Here. I want to do this color. Sorry, I had a color. Can I do this one? 15, right? Right? So if I do 15, what am I going to do? I haven't seen any Arnold movies. Oh my goodness. I love Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yes. So we have this, right? So we want to minus the 3 is equal to what? We have 15, and then we're going to do minus the 5 plus the 2. Oh, the other way. So the other one is this one. So let's do 25, right? 25 minus the 5, but we have to do the 2, right? It's minus the 5 plus the 3, minus the 5 plus the 3. That's it. Yeah. So what we're doing, my final answer is what? 23. Right? We could do it again with the 6. 6 minus the 2. Minus the 2 is minus the 5 plus the 3. Minus the 5 plus the 3. My answer is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can do it again with 15, right? 15 on the abacus, 15, right? Minus the 2. That's the formula. I thought it was the equation. It is the equation. It is an equation and it is a formula. The equation is what? Hold on. Minus the 5 plus the 3. The equation is, right? That's the equation. If we're doing negative, that's what it looks like. Minus 2 minus 3 equals minus 5. Can you add negative numbers? You can add negative numbers, but you have to understand the concept. So if you did, like, I don't know, 5 minus 8, you still need to rearrange it and do 8, 5, right? Take that away, but you need to know that there's a minus on that. And then that would be a minus 3. You have to pay attention to that. You could do it, but you have to keep the negative numbers in your head. You have to keep the concept of negative in your head. Yeah, there's people that ask me that, and it's been very interesting. But even still, even if we did it on a piece of paper, it's still the same concept, right? You still need to keep track of it in your head. So you can do negative numbers, but just like on a piece of paper, you have to keep track. Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of interesting things. There was a lot of interesting things that happens in piece of paper and what we do in Abacus. And so that's the difference. It is possible to do negative, but just like on a piece of paper, you don't show it, right? So that's why I use this one, right? Because we want to take away the 5. Minus the 2 minus the 3 equals minus the 5. So when we're looking at it, and we isolate the variable, we're going to isolate this 2. Minus 2 is equal to minus the 5, but we need to cancel that out. Because we cancel this out, we have to plus the 3. So that would be the formula. That's the formula. I call it an equation, but you could do a formula. It's up to you. I know mainstream math, they call it addition sentence. They call it addition sentence, which is very interesting. I mean, there's a lot of terminologies and vocabulary that mainstream math uses that I've been trying to incorporate into Abacus. Yeah. Keep, flip, change. No, I don't do keep, flip, change. I don't do that because it doesn't make sense. You have to, in math, you need to understand the concepts and not just shortcuts. Those are just strategies and shortcuts. Just like memorizing what the doubles are. Don't memorize what doubles are. Understand the concepts. You know what I mean? Understand what you're trying to do. Especially when we do, yeah, they say equation and that's when yeah. So just like when we do 20%, let's say 20% of 60, right? 20% of 60. This concept needs to be understood. The concept needs to be understood. What does this mean? This means 20 is out of 100. 60 is equal to 60, right? So what are we trying to do? It's 20, 100 equals to 60. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to find what is the number of 20%. So understand the concept. Then you take this and this is my x. What do you need to do? Don't keep, change, flip. Understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to isolate this variable. To isolate the variable, you need to what? Times everything by 60. That's what you need to do. Understand the concept. Don't just go by acronyms or don't go by whatever. So here, right, now we know we're going to do 6 times 2 is 101,000. And then you take away, right, you divide your hundreds. So 20% of 60 is 12. Understand the concept. Don't just spew out strategies that you don't understand. Yeah, they change stuff up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't just go through acronyms. And that's what really makes me mad. So there's an acronym, right? There's an acronym called, now I'm going down a tangent. There's this one acronym called FOIL. FOIL means what? First, outer, inner, last. That's fine when you start doing like 24 times that by 23. You go first, right? You go outer. You go inner, right? And then you go last. But it's dumb. You know why? Because this is what we call distributive. Yeah, this is what you call distributive property. It doesn't work if you have 4, 6, 7, 8 times that by 3, 2. Well, what's inner and what's outer? FOIL memory unlock. Yeah, no. Distributive property. Understand the concept of distributive property. Understand the concept of distributive property is much better than FOIL. Why? Because now you know how to, right? You will go from 3 to 4 and you just follow and track. That's what you need to do. Follow and track. That's it. This FOIL doesn't help because you don't know what the inner is and you don't know what the outer is. It doesn't, I don't like, you want it to be understand and you want it to be scalable. Distributive property is scalable, right? Does that make sense? Distributive property is a scalable concept. That's why they have properties, because it's a scalable concept. Just like when we start looking around the area, when we understand the area, what is the area? The area is width times height. That's the concept. We don't need to say, oh, we need to, I don't know how to make that into more stupid than it already is. Like FOIL, like it doesn't make sense. Like understanding operation, order of operation, right? Don't memorize PEMDAS, right? Don't memorize BODAS, because then you get confused, right? Understand the concept. Parentheses first, exponents, then multiplication or division is the same. It doesn't matter. It's either it does go from left to right. And then the other one is addition and subtraction. Understand the concept. And then it doesn't matter if it's left to right, right? PEMDAS and BODAS, people get tripped up. Oh, you got to do division first. Oh, no, you got to do addition first. No. Understand the concept. Understand that the hierarchy of the numbers and the operation is equivalent. Taking away and adding is the same. This is, the BODAS one is European, because they call it brackets and not parentheses, right? Understand the concept. Understand that there's a hierarchy. The hierarchy is parentheses, exponents, multiplication or division, doesn't matter, it got to go from left to right, and then the next hierarchy is addition and subtraction. So it's the concepts that we need to understand, not just the acronyms. Understand the order of operation. Yeah. Understand the concept. It's the bigger concept. And we're not trying to, using these, like the acronyms, is dumbing us down. Don't dumb it down. Understand the concept. Understand, because then it becomes scalable, just like understanding how to add the 5, right? How to add the 5 and putting it into a different place. Okay, sorry. There's my little rant again. My daily rant of mainstream math. Yeah, it's the concepts. So that's why the questions I give you here are they're easy, yes, but it's the concept and then what happens is what? Thank you, Monk. So what that's why I give you the questions, right? These are the concepts. You understand this, then you can go you can scale it. So let's do this one. We can do a bigger number. Let's do a bigger number, right? We have 100, 135, and then 7. We want to add 2,431. 200, right? 2,000. Yes, can you do it? Yes, I can add it. I want to add the 4. Well, add the 4. I can't do it. Well, what am I going to do? You know the concept to add the 4. You can see it. I can utilize the 5 plus the 5 minus the 1. Can I add the 3? Yes, add the 3. Can I add the 1? Yes, add the 1. So my final answer is 3,788. The concept is right there. We added the 5. That's it. Understand the concept. When we understand the concept, then we can do critical thinking. After critical thinking, then there's analysis. And so in Abacus, what we do is we look at our numbers and we see what we can do. We analyze our numbers. We don't just flat out memorize, and we don't flat out just like, oh, just do the question. No. Understand what the numbers are showing you. We have a tool. Utilize it. That's it. We could do it again with 26. We have the 20, we have the 6. We want to add 32. Add the 2, done. Add the 3. Ah. But guess what? We know. We can utilize the 5. Add the 5, take away the 2. My final answer is 58. Do you have text for college students? Not yet. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm working on it right now as we speak, actually. If you want to see the preview, I can show you a preview. But I'm like really excited for it. It's going to be for adults, and for right now it's not going to be hold on. This is what it is. I have this. Right? So this is my introduction, and this is just the beginning part, right? And we talk about how to read the abacus. Thank you, Kryla. so this is, and I wanted you to color. So the idea was to color, and then I give you instructions. This is what you do. This is how you make a 1, a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and I show you how to move the beads. And then I'm still doing formatting. And then I give you, I show you, oh, what do? We talk about the place values, just in case you forgot what the place values are. We review what the place values, separate the numbers, and then we talk about 3 digits, right? Same thing, ones, tens, hundreds, and then I give you a little activity, just like what we did before. We did the maze. Oh, I don't know if you were here for that. And then after the maze, I show you how to do the 3 digits, right? There's instructions how to do 3 digits. So, I'm sorry, 4 digits. We have our thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. And then I show you, we break up the numbers. I show you like a little basic, and then we do the reverse mazes. The reverse mazes just means I give you the number and you need to you need to color it in. After you color it in, then we start going into adding, subtracting, which is what we did with the preschool book, right? I show you how to add, and then I was going to give you my numbers. You're going to write the number and you're going to write the answer, because we translate the number with the answer. So you just write the number and then you write the answer. And then after that, you do subtraction. After subtraction, you do the same thing, right? And then we go into take away the 5. You'll notice it's a little bit of algebra. I added a little bit of algebra. Plus x is equal to plus the 5 minus the 1 minus the y. So then you write the formula, and then this is what it looks like. So you have to write the formula to tell me what you think this is, and then I do spin the wheel. After I spin the wheel, and then I'm still working through it, and that's the format that I have. And then I was going to do more activities. This is the accumulation, right? So what we have is we have adding of the 4, adding of the 3, adding of the 2, and then over here we have adding of and the taking away. So what I do is I show you a summary of what we do when we make a 5, and then we start going into how to make a 10. Making a 10, right? Making a 10 just means what? How do you make a 10? And I do it again, but I still need to format this. And then what I do towards the end is I give you again the accumulation, how to make a 10, and we do what is a cumulative property. So you can switch the two. You can have plus the 10 minus the 3, or minus 3 plus the 10. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And then after that, I show you a framework. When we look at a number, can we add it? No. Then you go to the 5. Can you add the 5? No. Then you do the 10. And so it's a whole process, and it's a whole workflow. That's what I got so far. But I'm going to have activities. So a lot of the activities that I have, where are we? Fit to screen? Is that it? So the activities, if you notice, I'm going to bring in activities. I was going to do color by number, right? There's some other activities that people liked. Was the mazes was one. The hidden words is another. So I was going to do hidden words, and then I was going to do, I'm not going to do word problems, I don't think, but it just depends on where I'm going to go. And then that's one set, and then the other set was, yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. And then, so I'm going to add these activities into the book as well, because I feel like activities is way better than just a bunch of numbers. Yeah, color by number. Okay, good. Yeah, so I was just going to find some more pictures, and then I was going to do the color by number. And yeah, so here's an example of, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I have one that I was doing. Is it this one? No. Yeah. So here's an example of the color by number, and I wanted to do is I was going to add space and room for you to do formula, and so these are the answers to the key. So you'd have to find the answers, right, and color it in, and then that would be the color by number. So this is an example of a color by number. This is a little bit more not complex. This has adding of the 10 and taking away the 5. So what we're doing, so you'd have that, and then I think I'm only going to do 2 lines. I might go 3 lines, but it's going to be a little bit more, maybe later. But for right now, I think I'm going to stay with 2 lines. So that's an example of color by number. I think that's all the examples I have. But yeah, that's what I got. So that's what I think would be color. So it'd be like an introduction to Abacus for adults. All right. So that's about it. Thank you guys, everybody, for joining. What would you tell? I don't know what you mean. What would I tell? So for those of you that are interested, my name is Lynette, and my name is Lynette, and if you're looking for books, it's available here or my TikTok shop. What would you tell a child who prefers their calculator and their phone? They're gonna want to use it, but it depends on your discipline, right? So if I tell my boys, so it depends on how your relationship is with your child. Because it depends on how old they are too. But I think it also depends on if they're interested in a puzzle. So it's also about mentality as well. But if they prefer their phone calculator, then you have to test. I would test them. You know, can you do this fast? And I would start seeing if they can make it automatic. If they not, but then usually the people that I talk to, they're interested in using something different than the calculator. I mean, I get trolls like Kenny Rogers and whoever, right? Thank you so much, Krayla. I'll see you later. I get trolls. I'm not gonna lie. I get trolls, and they're always like, use a calculator. But, you know, it depends on what your goal is. Is your goal to try to get them to understand math, or is your goal to just let them do whatever they want? So, like my boy, he is in grade 7, and he's trying to do abacus. He's trying to do arithmetic in his head. He gets confused, but the problem is, he gets confused. So I said, you know what? Just let's take out the abacus and start doing it. So he's almost 12, and he still takes his abacus out, and he still does it. And he sees that it's much better to do it on the abacus than in his head or on a piece of paper. Serenity. I didn't have a calc in 1984. Yeah. So yeah, it does depend on the relationship you have with the student or the child. So anytime my child gets confused with basic arithmetic, I always tell him, take your abacus out and let's do it. And he I mean, you get grumbles, but he does it. You know what I mean? And when he sees it, a lot more light bulbs will appear, because it's very visual. Yeah, not a problem, Monk. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much for commenting and being a part of my live. I will see you in my next live, hopefully. Yeah. Serenity. Oh, I might be on again later today, Pacific Standard Time, 11 o'clock. Yeah, Pacific Standard Time, 11 o'clock. I will be on. I made an event, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I made an event for 11 Pacific Standard Time. Okay, thank you again, everybody, for joining. I got to get ready for class. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you all in my next live. You should look up the Asian bankers with the... Yeah. Yeah. I'll have to look that one up too, Serenity. Yeah, we didn't get a chance to do multiplication, but it is what it is. Super fast. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Thank you, Serenity. All right. So, thank you again, everybody, for joining. Thank you again for joining. I am going to sign off, and I will see you all in my next live. 11 Pacific Standard Time. 11 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. Thank you, guys. Thank you. See you later. Bye.